Hello and welcome back to my channel. Now, I don't normally do this. I don't normally kind of post videos about things that are yet to be released, but basically I want to have a rant. I want to talk about the Beatles mono box set that is coming out on the 18th of July. So we all as Beatle fans remember the 2014 mono Beatle box set, and how wonderful it was, the fact that it was made and mastered from the original analog tapes, the fact that the records themselves came in kind of replica sleeves with their flip backs, etc. Came with a nice big book. Now this is, to many fans, the holy grail in terms of, you know, something that you want to add to your Beatles collection. Now, me personally, I missed out on this in 2014. In fact, I remember, I think it was 2016, going past a music shop where they had it for sale for, say, like 300 quid in the window. And I thought about it, but I didn't really truly understand the difference between stereo and mono at the time, so I didn't purchase it. I mean, I thought I understood, but not to the extent I do now as someone who regularly listens to records. And the Beatles, there is no question, they sound better, or the majority of albums sound better in mono, because that's how the Beatles intended their albums to be heard, in mono. And therefore this box set was the closest thing that we as fans were going to get to having new records that replicated those that came out in the 1960s. And I passed that up. So instead what I got were the entire collection of the 2012 vinyls in stereo, which might as well be CDs on vinyl, because they come from a digital source. Now, there's nothing wrong with that, and I'm not kind of poo-pooing those of you that enjoy them. I do think they sound pretty good, but you do miss all the benefits of listening to a record, of listening to vinyl. It's all a little bit too clean, a little bit too compressed, and therefore this is where something like a mono original would really shine. So yeah, gutted that I missed out in 2014, and never ever ever thought that they would re-release this box set again. Now, over the course of the last 11 years, if you wanted to pick this box set up, well, you'd have to pay an absolute small fortune. Somewhere in the region of about £2,000 is what these were being sold for on places like eBay, Amazon, etc. In recent months. Of course, that's now changed because, as I said earlier, on the 18th of July, exclusive to the Beatles store, or the Beatles website, you're now able to pre-order another version or another variant of that box set. It should be exactly the same, mind you. They've just decided to repress it, which is great news. But yeah, obviously that's then made the market for those that came out in 2014 a lot smaller, so those prices have significantly reduced. However, again, it seems like there weren't enough. I say again, well, kind of in contrast to 2014, because in 2014, when this box set originally came out, many people had bought the stereo box set a couple of years prior to that, and therefore didn't perhaps see the need of the mono one, or like me, didn't fully kind of comprehend how special this box set was, and therefore it kind of, many of them sat on the shelves for a long time. This, however, I mean, I'm frustrated, because not only did I not get this box set in 2014, I then found out quite by accident that they were re-releasing it, only to then go on the website and see the pre-order sign, to then see the sold out sign. So yeah, very, very frustrating. And this was within, I think, a day of finding out about it. I think I found out relatively quickly, but even so, straight away missed an opportunity to purchase it again. And whether or not I will get the opportunity, that remains to be seen. Now, one of the things that really frustrates me about being a collector of anything, I'm a massive vinyl collector. I'm also, I know this is unrelated, I'm also a big Lego collector. And that's one thing that frustrates me is people who buy these items, or they pick them up during pre-order only to then resell them. And I've seen a lot of this already on eBay. So people have purchased this box set on pre-order, they haven't even got it yet, and yet they've stuck it on eBay for almost twice the price. So the price of this box set is £430, £429.99 to be precise, which is a lot more expensive than it was in 2014. Of course, we need to take into consideration inflation, and therefore it's probably about right for a 14 LP box set. But still, you know, £430, and yet on eBay, people who haven't even got it in their hands are trying to sell it for about 800 quid. And it just infuriates me. So yeah, there's that. So whether or not we will ever see enough of these made, so that, you know, all of the fan base can get their hands on this, well, that, again, we don't know. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they're going to kind of release more, a bit like with Now and Then. Do you remember Now and Then when that came out last November, last October, November, and there just seemed to be like sold out signs galore for each kind of individual edition of that. But they did eventually produce more. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that's going to be the same here. Now, lastly, to kind of sum up my rant, I know this is kind of been unstructured, and I've just been kind of going off on one, and that's fine. Sometimes I do that. Sometimes it's good just to get it out and vent. But really, to kind of summarize, I still think this is a box set that's, you know, even as someone who's never owned it, I still think this is a box set that Beatles fans, if they can, should get hold of, because it's magical. I've heard some of these albums in the past. I've known people that have had the box set. I've also heard many 1960 original mono Beatles albums, and you know, they sound great. This apparently, or at least to my ears, sounds even better. So it's certainly a box set worth looking out for, and certainly worth adding to your collection. I mean, it disappoints me no end now to know that the majority of the collection that I've got is digital, because that kind of goes against why I ever decided to pick up vinyl in the first place. Whereas this box set it's nothing like that. It is, again, a holy grail, which I hope to one day add to my collection. But anyway, those are kind of my thoughts on it. So, you know, if you've not seen it, because I don't think it's been very well publicized, this box set comes out again, a repress, on the 18th of July this year. It was available for pre-order. It is currently sold out. So maybe you just want to keep an eye on the website. I've got the website open in a separate tab on my computer that I refresh every day just to see if there's any change, which hopefully there will be. But anyway, yeah, the 18th of July, the Beatles mono box set is back. And although it's good, although it's great to see, how accessible have they made it to the majority of Beatles fans? Well, we will see. Anyway, join me next time for another review videos. I'm sure there will be many. Take care. Bye-bye.